All right. And so this is a new idea that we've stolen from a couple other podcasts we're naming it a sprint.
This is the sprint.
Is there a more creative listening type word than sprint? This is no, there isn't.
No, it's just a sprint. Yeah. So
it's just, it's just a sprint.
Yeah.
It's not a chatter. It's not a fast talker. It's not a, what's a quick conversation?
Not our conversation right now. No, I'm kidding.
No. This is a long drawn out conversation. Okay. This is our sprint.
This is a sprint.
So the idea is,
one of us brings a topic.
Okay.
The other one doesn't know what it is.
Okay.
There's no planning.
Okay. I like it. I got nothing.
Minimal editing. And we've got to do this in 30 minutes or less.
That's the goal.
Normally there is lots of planning and normally there is lots of editing. But
nobody can tell. Nobody knows that.
No.
They're like, you plan out and edit that shit?
Yeah. So you thought it was bad before. Wait until you hear the next 30 minutes.
That's the end result?
Oh, man.
Okay. Well, I'm going to set a timer in real life for 28 minutes. That means that when it goes off, we have 2 minutes to wrap up.
Okay.
How does that sound?
That sounds like a good idea,
Can I do
actually.
that? I'm going to start it. That's a great idea. I started it already. Go.
Oh, okay. All right, Drew. I've got
Brandt?
a topic today for you that this did not exist when we were kids. There was no word for this, and now there's a word for it. So we're gonna talk about that today. You ready?
All right. This is the when we were kids, we had to define that. This is the late 70s and 1980s. This did not exist.
This did not exist.
Okay, sounds good.
This word just showed up in like 2001. And it's been being researched since then.
I am so uncomfortable right now.
What are you uncomfortable about, Drew? What's making you uncomfortable?
I don't like it. I don't understand. Why are you eating and drinking and eating? I was like, why are you eating an apple right now? And why are you eating Doritos? Is it snack time?
So you're uncomfortable, huh?
I don't like it.
If only there was a word for that.
Go on.
There are things that are annoying, right? Sounds that are annoying. And there are sounds that just get under our skin and just make us crawl, just make us mad. Usually, someone else eating will just set us off.
God.
Drew's like cringing right now. I think he's like white knuckling his desk. It's just like, what is happening?
I'm holding on for dear life. Keep going.
And this phenomenon, it could just be something small and innocuous, like listening to someone else chew. And it could just set us off and totally mess with us. And this word, do you know what it is?
No, I'm still waiting.
It's called Misophonia.
I didn't know. Oh, God. It's a thing. It is actually a thing.
Yeah. So this has probably been happening for centuries, right? Where you're just like, if you crumble that bag of Doritos one more time, I'm going to throat punch you.
Dude, Dorito bag technology over the last 300 years has evolved tremendously. Dorito bags in the 1800s were horrendous. Horrendous.
You're going to fact check that.
What is it called?
Misophobia. Yeah.
Misophobia. And that is a fear of...
This is a hatred of sound.
A hatred of sound.
Yeah, this is like an emotional response to a sound that isn't, I don't know, a sound. Like someone taking a sip of tea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Clipping nails.
The... flossing. Somebody else flossing.
Yeah.
Pulling the toy out of the box that's covered in styrofoam.
Did you say styrofoam
packaging? Okay.
Like this kind? Where it like just kind of rubs together. Kind of sweet.
You're having way too much fun with this. Tom. You have props. Yes, you have styrofoam. No shit, folks. This is unplanned. This is totally unplanned. He started this whole thing and bit into an apple, and I was like, "What the hell are you doing?" I thought we were recording. I have so many thoughts about this topic.
So yeah, it wasn't until about 2001 where some scientists are like, "Okay, there's something else going on here, right? This is not like there's other auditory things that bring along like fear of loud sounds. Like you hear explosions or fireworks going off, and they're loud booms that are, scary, painful,
scary. Yep.
So yeah, this is phonophobia. It's a fear of loud sounds. Phonophobia is a fear of loud sounds.
Phonophobia is a fear of loud sounds. Okay.
Yeah. And then there is
got it. Yep.
Hypercusis, and this is like a frequency of a sound or a volume that causes pain. So you hear a loud ringing sound, and this usually happens after maybe a head injury, or could be similar to something like tinnitus, where it's there's something going on that caused this to happen, and when you hear a certain sound or frequency, it causes physical pain. This is different. Okay, so misophobia.
Okay.
This is emotional response to sound, usually hatred, anger, frustration.
Okay. I can't eat a meal with another person without music in the background.
Really?
Period. In my house, there are 4 humans, including myself, and we always have music on in the background.
Just background music
to drown, just to create the sound, just to kill.
Okay.
The act of eating, the sound to kill the act of eating.
Is it the chewing sound, or is it like the fork and the plate? Does that get you too?
I have to scramble my eggs in a plastic bowl because of the other humans in my home.
Okay.
Because the fork against the ceramic bowl, when I scramble eggs, everybody starts yelling at me.
Yes. Okay. So
it doesn't bother me at all. It
sets them off, but
it doesn't bother me at all. Totally sets them off, but not me. They're like, "Oh God, Dad's scrambling eggs." Right?
Yeah.
So I have to do it in a plastic bowl.
Okay.
There are thousands of examples about in my home with this sort of thing. Is that common? Are there 1,000 examples in your home, Brandt?
It's not that big of a situation in our house. We have younger kids, so it's usually they're just volume control is the issue.
It's just general.
Just in general. If my 4-year-old could actually sit down for a whole meal and not get up 16 times and have to go do cartwheels or jumping jacks or change her outfit or what. we haven't gotten to this level of detail yet, so there's it does not exist.
There might be an
in our
age
house.
thing, right?
Yeah.
I have 2 teenagers.
Okay.
I have 2 teenagers in my home. They make lots of sounds. They make lots. There's a lot of things happening in their worlds, but it does have to do with typically food. It does have to do with scraping of forks against plates. Mm-hmm. What other examples do I have? See, this always goes back to it. Like if you're watching reels on your phone, and the volume is up, and if it's kind of family phone time, and we're all just hanging out, and 3 out of the 4 phones are turned down.
Yeah.
And your phone is up just a little bit. Ain't gonna fly.
How about...
I don't want to listen to your phone.
No.
There's 38 away. There are 30. You can either turn it down. You've got 4 pairs of headphones. You can go get some, as we call them in our family, earbuds.
Yep.
Or ear pods, one of the 2.
Sure.
You can go. There are ways to listen to your phone that I don't have to listen to your phone.
Okay, so that's one that
very
drives you nuts, but might not drive someone else crazy. What about TV commercials?
Correct.
TV commercials.
Only political ads.
Oh.
Probably is the only thing that, like, we don't watch a whole lot of, like, live TV with commercials unless it's a sporting event or something like that. But only political ads that I mute the television to feel like I'm 106 years old.
Yeah, that's one that is common is ads that come on. And we don't also watch a lot of advertisements, but When they do come on, they're a lot louder. Or there's like just a frequency or hum to them where you're just like, why? And
why is this so loud?
That one drives me nuts. I've got to mute it, or I just pay extra for streaming services so I don't have to watch ads because I don't like them.
Sure, yeah. You literally pay to get out of the ads.
Yeah.
So these doctors came together in 2001. They put a label on this thing.
Yeah.
Why 2001? Why that was not that long ago.
It was not that long ago.
Annoying sounds, and they've been around forever, but nobody cared. They just dealt with it. Other things that come to mind, like I don't live in an urban setting, but I know that there's been a lot of things about leaf blowers.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like regulation of when when everybody fires up their leaf blowers, or when everybody can mow their lawn. Or it's illegal to honk your horn in a city now.
Oh, interesting.
Or those types of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, like those types of things, right? I mean, that's like really trying to control these annoying sounds that bother everyone else.
Yep.
Is that what we're getting to? Is that what you're talking about with this thing?
Yes, this is we're in that territory. And
okay,
they put a name to this, and those things are called triggers. It's that leaf blower when I'm out on a Sunday afternoon on my porch and I'm just enjoying the afternoon, and someone fires up a leaf blower in the neighborhood. I'm just like that. It just it gets under my skin. It doesn't
for hours on end.
Yeah, if it's me leaf blowing, it doesn't bother me. But if it's someone else with a leaf blower, I can't do it. Yeah. So they
leaf blowers have been around for a long time, though.
Sure. And so have, I don't know, any gas powered engine that we use outdoors, right? Going on forever. So in around 2001, they wanted to put a word to this, and they're looking at, okay, can we measure, right, how strong of a negative emotional response? And they didn't really start measuring this, I think, until like 2013. But still, like, can we measure how much of a emotional response, a psychological response, a behavioral response? I mean, you may have seen this before. You may have done this before. You're like, I don't want to go to the store because it's loud in there, and I don't like it when it's loud. I can't handle it right now. So we're making decisions about our life based on sounds that we're hearing, unpleasant sounds.
Yep.
And we're
the dentist drill.
Yeah.
You can't feel what's going on because they shot you up full of Novocaine, but you can hear what's going on. And that is a deterrent.
Yeah. So it's normal to, I don't know, have sounds that are annoying. These are things that probably help keep us, alive or going, or knowing what to go towards or what to go against. When it starts to become a problem is when a small sound, chewing, sets you off so much that you've got to leave the room, or that you have an outburst. Now we're in this territory of, okay, what is going on here? Is there something going on in our brain that is causing this to happen? And once we get this language to it and start talking about it, it's like, oh, I experience a lot of these things sometimes. Not to the degree of like, I'm changing my life around, or it's bothering me so much.
Life altering.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's impeding how you live your life.
Yeah. So this is not like a terminology that has been fully accepted, right? This is still just more of a studied concept. It's not yet a diagnosis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So I can't diagnose myself with this thing because clearly I suffer from it.
I didn't know you guys had music
Everybody.
on. Yeah.
All the time. All silence. I love silence at night. So this goes back to like when we were talking about white noise, right? And that calming effect of you can't handle silence.
Yeah.
So the deafening, that'd be an interesting aspect of this thing too, is not only is it the sounds that drive you nuts, but is it also the absence of sound? Does that drive you nuts? And that's probably not the same thing, but it's tied together. Yeah. Where people can't be in silence. Like people growing up in urban areas and moving out to the country, or visiting somebody that lives out in the country where there are times that there are little to no sound. They can't handle it. Yeah. They got to have a fan on in the room. They have to have that white noise to be able to deal with the lack of sound. They have to create sound.
Yeah. One person's leaf blower is another person's nightmare, right?
Right.
I need the
Yeah,
sound.
at night I want it dead silent
Yeah.
in our house. It is quiet.
At night.
Any other
Yeah.
time, there's music on in the background.
The one that gets me is the clock ticking at night. Especially we'll go to my my in-laws and we'll be there for a couple nights. And the first thing I do is the clock that's downstairs, the same level that our room is at. I go and I stop the clock from ticking. And I just, it drives me crazy at night. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's interesting that it's debilitating. And is there a study? I mean, we're all very good at like, well, what's this specific thing I experience and what's it called and how do I get a pill for it? How do I fix it?
Mm-hmm.
We're all very good at that right now in our current world. But this has been going on forever. The other this is bad. I need to work on this too. Pets.
Yeah.
My dogs like to hang out around me.
I think I know where you're going with this.
And I love my pets. My pets are walking into this recording right now.
Yeah.
They're walking around me. They love to be around me, especially during the day. So I have my home office, but pets also naturally need to clean themselves.
Yep.
I can't.
No.
I can't. But they're supposed to clean themselves.
Sure.
That's important.
Yeah. But that sound of that
However,
repetitive licking. Yeah.
Don't do it around me, but you're also always around me. So then they're not cleaning themselves. So now I have dirty dog. It's a thing I'm working on. But my God, after about the fourth time, I'm just like, stop it. Stop. Go lick yourself somewhere else.
People tell that to me a lot too.
Oh, I'm still talking about pets.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry.
But yes, the nibbling and the licking and the slicking and all the don't do it around me. But they have to do it because they need to clean themselves.
Yeah. That's funny.
As they're both laying at my feet right now. Does your pet does your dog, does your cat?
Yeah. They of course, and it's more noticeable when you've got guests over and they just start
and they're like,
I'm going to sit right here and start licking. And you're like, really?
right in the middle of the living room. Hey, everybody. I'm going to lick myself right now. Watch this. Yeah. So pets is definitely, do I have a problem, Brandt? Do I need to work on this? Is this an issue?
I mean, it's only an issue.
Do I suffer from misophobia?
Yes. There are questionnaires out there you can take to look at how.
Okay. Good,
right.
Good. We'll put those in the bio.
It's
link.
curious, yeah. But again, they're still trying to figure out. Okay, what is this really a psychological condition that is very extreme? I think it's interesting because I think we all have those things that will trigger us in a sense, and I think it's good to know about those, and it's good to recognize how we're responding to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If your responses are getting out of hand, then it's like, yeah, we need to do something about it. So like you've done something about it at dinner. You guys turn on background music to help with the sound of chewing. Yeah. That's a great way, right, to kind of handle that.
And we've also spent a lot of time training how to eat in our opinion.
Yeah.
You chew with your mouth closed. You take bites of food. You don't shovel food. You don't there are some ways that you can help alleviate some of those sounds. Chewing with your mouth open is much more an auditory experience in the realm of eating than chewing with your mouth closed.
Yeah.
How many potato chips do you put in your mouth at one time? Right. Some of those things is the next one going in while you're still working on the current one, that sort of thing. And still we still need to go to the next level of putting on a little bit and that's nothing loud. We still have a conversation and we still listen to each other and we still do those things, but there's background music for sure.
Yeah. So there's
for sure.
It is interesting. I'm just looking at the literature on this, and there are these triggers are kind of put into 5 different dimensions here. So when we had those reactions we have when we hear something as one, could be internal, like why is this bothering me? Why is this killing me? That's one. The second one is similar to what you were saying. Like it is impolite to chew with your mouth open. but that's an external appraisal. If you only stopped chewing with your mouth open, I wouldn't be bothered by it.
Yep.
So that's an external appraisal. There's avoidance or anxiety about it, right? Like, oh man, we're going to go over to so-and-so's house and they're a loud mouth chewer. Like, I don't want to go. I want to avoid it.
Yeah, they love it when their dog licks itself in the middle of the living room. They love that.
That's so weird.
They let that happen all the time. I don't want to go over there.
Yep. There's
Go on.
Feeling threatened or overwhelmed. Like, it's just too much. I can't handle it. I got to get out of here. And then the last one is like the aggressive outbursts. Like, would you stop it? You're driving me crazy. And yeah, I start clipping my nails and you're like, I have to leave the room. I'm going to punch you if you keep doing this.
Yeah. So it's like the scale of tolerance of I floss my teeth. If my wife is in any sort of auditory scope of being able to hear me flossing my teeth, it is a loud verbal outburst.
Sure.
It is really, you have to do that around me.
Yeah.
It's like turn on the TV so there's some other noises or close the door. I can't floss my teeth around her. Not within 10, 15 feet of her. She'll freak out.
Sure. And I think those are other, so like
flossing your teeth is good for you too.
It is.
Like, you're supposed to do that.
I think we've all got kind of our quirks like that. And that's just, it's figuring that out, right? Anytime we're with a group of people and we get to know those people over time, we kind of figure out what those things are for folks. And we usually try to respect that. Or if you're like my kids, you're like, oh, that pokes a button, I'm going to go do it. My kids would be the one to be like, oh, flossing drives you nuts? I'm going to come and floss next to you.
Yes. My children are very good at that too. And I think to your point there too, if we're going into those situations that we can anticipate that, we can prepare ourselves.
Absolutely.
We're going over to the Johnsons. They don't chew with their mouth closed. So we know going into that situation that there's going to be some auditory chewing, eating experiences.
You're not bringing Doritos to them. You're probably bringing like small little cake pops
Yogurt.
Or something. Yogurt. There you go.
Yes. Yeah. Although yogurt's not a great example either. Yeah. I'm not bringing soup. Let me put it that way.
That's funny.
All right. I don't know how much time is left. I haven't even looked at the timer, but
a couple minutes left. But go ahead.
All right. I want to go the totally opposite route. This is kind of where I thought you were going out of the gate with this one, with the sounds and the craziness. And I think I have this right because I'm old. ASMR.
Yes.
Is that I thought at first that's kind of where you were going with this one, whereas these like super crazy, like people put up these super high intensity microphones and then eat spaghetti. And people like that.
Yes.
Ew.
Literally,
my skin is literally crawling saying that out loud right now.
Yeah.
But I thought that's kind of where you were going with this thing. But you went the opposite route.
I went the opposite.
Let's talk about real quick. And I know nothing about it. I'm just throwing a topic out there because this would be the exact opposite of what you're talking about.
Yes, absolutely.
So in that realm of ASMR, what do you know? What's your? I can't handle it, but I know that I'll like be going through reels and people will have 5 million views of them clipping their toenails into a microphone and people love it.
Oh yeah.
They love it.
So
it's the opposite. It's not it's not these scales of tolerance. It is complete obsession and there is full tolerance.
I think that is a great like yin and yang right there because it's an emotional response to a sound. And that ASMR is a positive emotion, right? I think some people even say they feel like a tingling sensation because of the sound.
Of eating soup into a super high sensitive microphone.
We should get a bunch of people together that are like big ASMR folks and then big Misophonia folks and just get them to interact.
Just a panel discussion.
Well,
in our next episode.
Yeah.
That's really funny. You might be onto something there. All right. So can you Google? I can. Google
autonomous sensory meridian response.
You're already there. You already beat me to it. Say it again. Autonomous
sensory meridian response.
Meridian. What's that?
I don't know. This is geography.
What's that? Yeah. All right.
I think that might be a whole different topic sometime. The whole ASMR world.
All right. I think
And it might be more
oh,
popular
boy, that
because
was-
people like it. It evokes a positive response versus this, where I'm doing things that provoke a negative response. If anyone's still listening,
for sure.
I'd be surprised.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, but but they're directly tied with each other. It's with these super bizarre sounds.
Mm-hmm.
The example is eating a bag of chips. There is a diagnosis, not even diagnosis, but there are terms and some science around how that at what level of tolerance do you have? And does it disrupt your life at the upper echelon of those tolerances versus is it something that you seek out because it helps you, it calms you, it's relaxing, it's stimulating, it's all whatever it is. I think there's a whole lot. I think it's more culturally understood that ASMR is really something that is more culturally understood and for more people than it is, like you said, it's more positive results than the exact same thing that creates more of a negative sound or a negative response to the rest of the population.
Yeah. So if there's sounds that make you feel good, do more of those. If there's sounds that don't make you feel good, find a way to be not around those as much. That's all I got.
Right.
Yeah.
And to your point, too, understand these different levels of tolerance. Is it having an impact on your life? And how do you respond to them?
Yeah.
You know, if you're in a space where the eating of food is super obnoxious in your minds, even though it's not to that person, it's like leaf blowing. I need to blow the leaves. I don't care. But the people that are around me listening to that, it does bother them. How do you work through that awareness? So if we have a podcast that's focusing on the skill of listening, and this is about your tolerance for the things that bother you, be aware of it, but how do you react to it, and how do you handle yourself in those situations when you're flossing and all you need to do is floss? How do you handle yourself when when you cannot tolerate that sound?
Yeah, I love it. So, and I'm curious to see where this science field goes to just better understand how sound and listening influence us every day. It's fascinating.
Yeah, I like it. All right. Well, what's your takeaway here, Brandt? What else do you have from this topic? Do it. Do it. I'm watching you. Do it. Oh, yeah. Get in there. Closer to the mic, if you would, please.
There you go.
This is to satisfy. This is to determine. We should set up a poll. Is this... Do you like it when Brandt eats an apple?
I'm like exaggerating it as well. Okay.
28 minutes.
Up.
So we have 2 minutes to wrap up here.
What's my...
Yeah, we will set up a poll.
Yeah.
We'll set up a poll to see. Did you like when
like
Brandt ate the apple, or did you not like
the chewing? I'm exaggerating the chewing too. All right, my takeaway.
Your takeaway, or what drew you to this topic? How about that? I'll give you a little bit more pointed question.
Yeah, what drew me to the topic? I heard. I was just listening to the news, and I heard someone bring up this word misophonia, and I was like, oh, there's a word for that? This is cool.
Yeah.
And then started looking at it and being like, wow, okay. It's just fascinating to me whenever we come up with something, when a word helps describe something that we've been trying to describe for a long time, it helps us better understand it. So that's what brought my attention to it. Yeah. What's your takeaway from this?
Oh, great topic. I love the fact that you have props. I think that's hilarious. I appreciate your preparedness. I am going to, because apparently it's prevalent in my life, I am going to educate people on it, and we are going to work through the scales of tolerance. And if you're in the explosive, stop doing that, blah, 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 barking out loud, etc., how to back that down a little bit and just create some patience and some tolerance around it.
And there's a difference between educating people and shaming them. So
correct.
Yeah.
I can't listen to you eat like that. Doesn't do you any good.
All right.
Great topic.
Cool. That was fun.
All right. Well done. What a great little sprint.
Yeah.
And
thanks for playing.
Great job. Great job on the tolerance and on the preparedness as well.
Yep. And now in a couple of weeks, you're going to get a response too. So I got to bring a topic you didn't know about. In a couple of weeks, you're going to get to bring a topic that I don't know about. And we'll see where this goes. It's going to be interesting.
And the bar has been set high. Thanh you for setting the bar high.
That was good.
All right, Brandt. Great job. We'll talk to you later.
All right. Thanks, Drew. Bye.
Yep. Bye. In the description of this podcast, you will find more information and a list of any of the sources that we used.
This podcast is created and produced by Drew Richmond and Brandt Christofferson. Editing by me, and the I'm Listening theme music by Drew.
That's me.
That's you.
Brandt, I will talk to you later, my friend.
We'll see you next time.
Yeehaw.
Have a good one, Drew.
Bye, Brandt.